was 3564. The 107th Indoline Praetor, Rhodalis, had sent an armed expedition against the country of Sia. Its capital, Amranta, fell overnight and sank beneath the clouds, along with the rest of the Titan. The destruction of Sia shocked all the nations of Allrest. Officially, the act was attributed to a military alliance led chiefly by Indol and the emerging power of Mor Ardain. In fact, it had been the work of one blade, the Aegis, a man known as Malos. Said to be the architect's word incarnate. Back then, neither Laura nor myself knew how closely his fate would prove to be tied with ours in the days to come.
Oh my goodness.
You're that eager to die? Then allow me to assist.
Malos, why? Why are you gonna be so bad? I will say, Jin's voice actor is... I could listen to him talk all day. She's so cute.
There's no end to them.
And it's not just the Vulcan ferret. Even the Balufos caught up in it.
Like, her character is so anime down to the, like, mullet ponytail.
Can you smell it?
Huh. Ugh, it stinks like...
Don't tell me it's a... I thought it was gonna be a monkey. I was gonna be like, fine, I'll fight it. Ooh, that's not a... That's not pretty!
Blood.
Gross.
It's driving me crazy.
What the heck? The music! The music is so good! Or I hate it. See, this is why I'm more of a cat person. Dogs can't respect your personal boundaries.
Thank you, Jin.
Well, we've got room for improvement.
Of what?
This fighting style. It magnifies our strength, sure, but it leaves us wide open. When the sword is in my hand, you're left defenseless.
What, you won't keep me safe?
Huh?
I'll keep you safe always.
I'll keep you safe, always.
They're so cute! Oh my god. Look at him!
You still remember that?
Oh my gosh.
I've thought about it. Every day for these 17 years. I'll never forget it. The day you set me free from a life of misery.
I see.
Oof. What a... it looks very sad over here. No, I don't want to go. Oh.
What happened? Are you alone?
Looks like the only survivor. These burn patterns don't look like Malice's handiwork. Must have been humans. Looting and pillaging while the world burns.
Hey, it's okay. Would you like to come with us? You don't have to worry, really. We're all good people. Promise.
Sniffle. It hits different.
Can you walk?
It hits different
can.
after everything.
Good going.
And your family? Were they there with you? Should we go back and...
Mikhail.
Hmm?
My name is Mikhail.
Oh, right. I'm Laura. And he's...
I don't have a family. I was sold to this village from Estem.
Ow.
So I'm all alone.
I see. Right then. Starting today, we're going to be your new family. We'll take you back to our friends and...
You people? You're strangers. You don't have to pretend to care.
You don't beat around the bush, do you? He's gonna be a handful, this one.
Oh.
Though really, I was just the same once. Very well. Friends first then, not family. How's that sound?
Laura,
What's up?
I'll scout the area. Look after him.
Oh, of course. Be careful. And Jin.
I know.
Okay, I need to know why the mask. Why the Batman mask? I need answers for that specifically.
What was that you said, Baldric?
The Sean capital of Omrantha has fallen. Or rather, it was annihilated. Praetor Redalis.
So it has come to pass.
Oh, so
after
what's his
all.
face isn't the Praetor yet.
Respectfully, you aren't much of an actor, Eminence. It appears you are not surprised at all. We heard disturbing rumors circling among the Magisters. Amalthus, whom you recently elevated to Quester? People wonder if this calamity has anything to do with that man's blade. With such extraordinary power, is it really wise to,
No matter whose power affected it, it is sure to serve the greater glory of Indal. The architect will surely be pleased.
Eminence, do you believe it can be controlled?
If it cannot, I will let him take the blame. I have spoken. Thank you for your report, Magister Baldric. You may return to your duties.
Looks like Hayes isn't here yet.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. I just remembered. Jin stabs her. That's so awkward.
What the? This should be the village of Feltley.
It's almost like glass. Rumor among the mercs says that's the hallmark of the Aegis.
But why would he do this?
Look out!
Not the Batman mask!
It's nothing. Let's go.
This is no normal monster.
Nope.
Not an Ardanian Titan weapon either.
Maybe it's Malice's.
Get down, you two!
Is that the one, the only?
Holy...
Mithra!
Looks like Malice's artificers are still roaming around.
So it was.
I'm so used to Rex being shorter than her. It's funny to
Hey.
see somebody taller than her.
Wait a minute.
Is that Adam?
Emblem of Torna.
You are Jin, right? Wow, I can't believe
He's
it.
so cute.
I came all the way out here, and who do I say but the paragon of Torna and his driver? You're so young. That core crystal was stolen 17 years ago. Quite a feat to pull off that heist at that age.
Are you going to arrest us? Execute us?
I don't know yet. I did just save you after all.
Oh, how magnanimous.
Laura, there's no point in talking.
Why do I feel like Adam was made for Mithra? He's so sassy.
Have it your way.
Oh my god. Wait! Oh no! Oh, that's really interesting. So Mithra is influenced by Adam, so she's sassy because of Adam, so we have Adam to blame for her sassiness.
Well,
Is what you're saying.
the paragon of Torna.
Or the other way around.
What? No. There's no need for you to...
She's just gonna channel the power of Mike Tyson.
You!
What?
Incredible! You! Both of you!
Huh?
Got the crazy eyes, guys.
That last attack, the force behind it was absurd. I'm amazed.
Oh, really? Well, that's just...
Oh, and passing the weapon. What a concept. How did you ever come up with that idea?
Oh, well... We were broke.
Uh-huh.
We couldn't afford meals, let alone another sword. And so we made do.
You're kidding.
That's hilarious.
Man, you
And I love that that's
I
lore.
haven't laughed this hard in ages.
Huh?
Oh my god.
I really like you two.
Master Adam! Sir!
Oh my gosh. Haze!
Oh, thank goodness you're all right. Master Adam, are you hurt at all? Master Adam? You can't be the Adam Origo.
The Lord of Aletta, and fourth in line to the throne of Torna.
Oh, come on, Milton. I've been with him the whole time. You really think these two would cause any harm?
You've been using your dumb artifice again, haven't you? Dumb?
Ooh.
So yeah, surely nothing to worry about, right?
I like the kid. I like the kid.
Who's this then?
Ah, this is Hayes. She rescued me from the jaws of some nasty monsters.
Well, I'd better give her my thanks.
Hayes!
Oh, was she with you?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, my lady.
Milton is Choo Choo 2.0. Oh no.
So that's when. What a sad, sad tale, Laura.
Oh, here we go again. Don't let it get cold now.
He's so cute.
So then, how come you've enlisted with a band of mercenaries?
I guess I like the freedom. This way I'm not tied down. So I can help out. With causes I really believe in, you know? Going's tough everywhere you look these days, right? I can't ignore it, can I?
I understand.
Fat load of good that'll do, in the long run. The world keeps turning anyway.
You might think that. But mercenaries and statesmen each have their own views and ways to effect change. It's not in vain.
A blade siding with humans. You don't see that every day.
I think it's blades like you that are rare.
Well, duh. You do know what I am, right?
Lacking in compassion.
Gosh.
Huh?
Blades like you really are a rare sight. That may be
I
for the
like
best.
seeing him kind of sassy. And I love seeing Mithra, like, she seems
So,
more,
about Jin.
I don't know,
I
kind of
suppose you have
goofy,
to
kind
take
of
him
full of
away from me.
herself.
I could try to slay you right here.
But
But my mission is to stop the Aegis's destruction. To subdue Malos, not to seek out lost trinkets. Who cares about paragons anyway?
huh?
How about you two join up? Lend us your strength. You're incredibly powerful. There's loads I want to pick up from you, like that trick from before. Let's see. We'll say I found the paragon on my journey and decided to entrust him to you. To help with Malos. Well, sound plausible?
That's just...
Damn, this music. It's hitting my heart. Mithra is in her teenage rebel years.
How dare he speak to me like that? He thinks he knows me.
Course is the word.
Yeah, he is.
I meant you.
Me?
You meant you're unpolished.
I feel kind of bad
After
for
you return
her.
to your core, you lose your memories. However, as you gain experience with people, gradually the nature of a blade, rather their feelings, they change and grow. You become more and more human. But you purposely keep yourself apart.
Oh, so now it's my fault?
No, not at all. I respect that part of you.
angry about this whole Malos thing?
I'm not. Whatever happens, I'll protect you. Be sure of it. We cannot simply ignore what's happening in the world. But
That's crazy.
But what?
please say you'll be careful.
I will.
Okay, that's fine. Just look her dead in the eyes. No, it's fine. I'm fine.
Your Highness,
Just Adam is fine. What is it?
the going after Malos thing. Could it wait a few days?
Oh, is there something you need to do first?
Well, yes.
You see, Lady Laura seeks the whereabouts of her mother. Unfortunately, she has her mercenary duties to perform. Therefore, I often go out and conduct these searches myself.
I see. Then you found her?
Yes. With all that happened yesterday, I did not have the opportunity to say. My lady, your mother is currently residing in a small hamlet called Torrigoth.
Torrigoth.
That's on the edge of Gormott. Ardanian and Cian forces clash out there frequently. It's very dangerous.
Indeed.
Right. No time to waste. Let us head out there.
What? But what about your mission?
You don't want to see your mother?
Of course, but...
Then let's go. Malos hasn't hit that part of the world yet. It's as good a place as any to look.
You're hoping we might find him there?
Exactly.
That sounds too easy.
We go to the village of Torrigoth to find Malos. And you go to Torrigoth to find your mother. Everybody wins.
And once I found my mother, I join up with you?
That's the general idea. I'll send my people to notify your mercenary friends. And perhaps we could find a place for your mother in the capital. It should be safe there.
Is this normal princely behavior?
You think this is bad? Just stick around for a bit.
Nobody's, like, making you come along, you know.
Well, unfortunately, a driver and blade are one in body and soul.
As if you don't do whatever you feel like anyway.
I'm so sorry, Mithra. I don't want to laugh at your expense anymore.
I know
But
this is all very sudden.
too good.
Still, we don't know where we'll run into Malos next. It makes sense to stick together, as much as we can.
Their outfits. Mwah. Chef's kisses. Whoever designed these characters. Mwah. Ooh. 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 Wait. Oh no, he's just missing an arm.
It. That's the blade. And that little brat too.
Well. Is it bad of me to kind of hope that I get to, kill him? I would like to kill him. I would... 110%.
It's Blue Fist. Yeah. The
He named
whole
himself
village was wiped out.
Blue Fist.
Found myself some great cool crystals, eh?
I haven't tried their fall screams. I'm scared. Falling in games, though, are like... Yeah, I don't know. It's my favorite. I don't know why. I'm so weird. I just like to, you know, at some point go, eat! Oh dear God!
Surround them.
Oh no!
Ardanian troops? Imperial Guard?
Thieving scum. Don't think you're gonna get away with your dirty deeds.
What? No! We just...
Problem, Captain?
Bug girl. My girl's girl, essentially.
Come on! That was a pretty cheap trick. Keep going like that, you'll get a reputation. Cheap, you say? Don't be absurd. It's called tactics, look it up. But perhaps that's something a simpleton like yourself could never hope to comprehend. A simpleton?
Oh my God.
Your attacks scream it. Clumsy,
I feel like
no refinement.
this is just the
I was gonna go easy on you, but
Mithra
now you
Mithra Burn roast DLC.
Stop! We've got children here!
Oh.
What was that? If that had actually hit me. Oh, didn't like that, did you? I can see it on your face. Well, on that note...
There's nothing wrong with being a simpleton, okay?
Haze! Understood.
Aw, shit.
What? How? Is this you? What the hell? She's our enemy.
Adam plainly ordered you to stop. Or didn't you hear him, simpleton?
How extraordinary. I've heard of a blade with the power to restrain others, but I never thought... And did she say Adam? It can't be.
All of you, lay down your arms.
He's so cute.
There is no need for this.
Oh my God. So is Hugo Niles' dad? Well, no, because it would be 500 years. So that would be impossible. That is a video game. I mean, they just look so much alike. He's baby.
Hello?
He's so cute!
It's good to see you again, Prince Adam. Please forgive the actions of my guards.
Don't you worry about it. I am just glad to see you well, Your Imperial Majesty.
Imperial Majesty?
May I introduce? The Emperor of Mor Ardain, Hugo Ardenach.
Another short king.
The Emperor? What's someone of his station doing out here?
You know, our stations are fairly similar.
Not that you'd ever know.
Thanks, I try.
I've come for the Aegis. Its actions have been felt in Mor Ardain as well. We're currently chasing it down.
The same as us, then. But coming here yourself.
My brother is ruling in my absence.
I see. And so you brought Brigid and Aegeon.
Huh?
Those two are the crown jewels of the Ardanian forces. Wielding them on the front lines is the duty of he who has the throne.
Ah.
Indeed. That ought to have been my older brother.
But he didn't have the potential to become a driver. And now, here you are, bonded with both of them.
Oh.
The Special Inquisitor is under my brother's direct command.
Oh.
Should I fall in battle, he has his orders to retrieve the core crystals.
That sounds cold.
That's how it goes with matters of state.
And yet, it works out well for me. I have always wanted to put myself on the line for our people. And I never enjoyed wielding authority in the first place.
I feel the same way. I don't get why anyone would want to sit on a throne.
Yes, that. If Prince Zetar knew, there would be consequences.
Let's pretend you didn't hear me say that.
You two will never see eye to eye. Better to leave well enough alone.
Ruling is, frankly, it's a scary thought. Just imagine becoming someone you don't recognize. Never knowing who's looking back at you in the mirror.
Prince Adam, I'd be happy if you called me Hugo, like old times.
Oh.
I will, dear Hugo, but only if you call me Adam in return. Well, it would be beneficial to share our findings, but perhaps elsewhere might be better?
How about your Majesty's flagship?
Indeed.
Flagship.
Is something the matter, Lady Laura?
I'm just not very good in that kind of stuffy environment.
Well, you're not alone there. That's the worst.
Right? I think I'll sit this particular venture out.
Yeah, I'm out too.
Oh, no, you don't.
Poor Mithra.
Wait a minute. Is that her?
Yes, this is Mithra, one of the Aegises. Your account would be valuable as well, Laura.
Everything I've seen or heard, Jin will know as well.
Yes, that's true.
Please, would you go instead of me, please?
How can you say no to that face? You can't.
Of course. I will do as you wish.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, look who it is. He's missing his goatee. He's not quite evil yet.
Interesting thing you've got there.
Malice enough.
Okay.
It's all right. Indal's most sacred treasure, the Aegis. It is said to be the embodiment of the Architect's light, the divine revelations our founder Maldonare received.
Really? Then...
Malos, you can't just walk up into a room and go smoosh.
After all, I am born of divinity, not just some reflection.
You believe yourself so strong?
Don't you?
Majesty, some of our troops have returned to base, but...
Is something wrong?
They're all reporting something strange. A marauding group of routed mercenaries, trying to avoid any attention.
Just remnants, hmm? That is strange. There's not much around here for them, in the way of paid work or opportunities for looting.
As your Majesty commanded, our men did not engage. We confirmed their bearing, then withdrew.
And? Where were they going?
The village outskirts.
But why there? There's nothing but graveyards.
What the?
Oh no. The way he took off after her, like, oh my god. My heart. I've never seen someone care so much.
At first, I thought to take it. But I'd made it for her, and I'd like her to keep it forever.
So, the bitch is dead, is she?
Yeah.
Shame. I had a soft spot for her. Ha! Guess you learned how to use a weapon at least. Big change from a tiny kid trying not to piss herself in fear.
Oof.
You're... No!
He ugly.
God.
You remember me? How touching.
A face that ugly, I couldn't forget. Trust me, I tried.
Harsh.
What do you want? Not that I can't imagine.
I'm here to take back what's mine, kid. But before that, I'll take a bit of time to express my gratitude to you. It ain't gonna be pretty or quick. Then I'll make that blade watch as I cut you into little sticky chunks, just to make sure the last thing he feels is complete despair.
I am going to enjoy this. I swear, if this doesn't end with him dead,
You get to the others
I'm gonna be
quickly.
mad.
No use.
I'm a rage quit, probably.
Hayes, he knew about you. He brought no blades, just more mercs.
Exactly. Don't worry. I'm gonna treat you real good before I get to the cutting. You're starting to piss me off. Oi! Surround them so they don't get away.
I feel like
My lady, you have to go.
that was just through pure rage. Jin said no. I'm sorry. I'm here. The only stabbing that I will approve of. Music. This is the shit. This music is. Please.
Enough.
Please.
What's next then?
No, just do it, sir.
Right leg? Or the left?
Just
Or
do it.
How about?
Yes. Death. Destruction. Death. Yes.
Enough.
No. No. Death. Destruction.
That's enough, Jin.
What is with these cinnamon rolls?
For my sake.
No. Death. Death. Choose violence. Damn it. I'm angry. I'm so mad.
So you let him go? Even without
Yes.
his arms, he may cause you more trouble. One day.
Because she is a cinnamon roll.
I didn't want to end it here.
Laura's too pure.
He might deserve it, but he did take care of my mother, so...
Mm.
Let's go back. I suppose I can bring myself to step foot on this flagship after all.
Kill them!
Is he just running like a chicken?
Last one of them!
Maybe you shouldn't go after little girls then. How about that? Yeah, I don't understand why she said he took care of her mother.
The hell are you? Stop it!
I can't take middle eyes seriously. They're just so funny.
That wasn't like you.
Huh. You think so?
She's known him for all of like a day.
I thought you always know what to do. You're never lost.
I wish that really were the case. To tell the truth, I'm always worrying. Ever since I became Mithra's driver, anyway.
It didn't seem that way at all.
Power lends one an air of capability. Even more so when it comes to the Aegis. When we first met, we could have burnt you to pieces. Though fortunately, we avoided that thanks to Jin.
Is that why you were away from the militia?
As I am not in full control of Mithra's power. Scores of soldiers could die by my hand. I was frightened. This cataclysm Malos caused, it's likely all because Questa Amalthus was unable to control him. And if that's true, then perhaps I too.
I think she's well aware. Just not so comfortable saying it.
That's your analysis.
Well, I have been with Jin, the paragon of Torna, for 17 years. I can roughly tell how much of their strength the blade is using just by watching them. She's making sure you... No, she's holding herself back to make sure she doesn't go that way.
Aww.
Deep down, she's very kind.
You think? That still means I'm just not man enough.
Don't think that way. You'll get used to it little by little. I was the same.
If only time would slow down and afford me the chance.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, we're battling.
Amazing, Laura. Even when I foresee your movements, you counter me instantly.
I couldn't do it without Hazel's
Laura's a
power.
boss.
What about you? I don't see you using Mithra's hidden ability.
And what if we did?
Well, if you did. I just have to bring out my original blade.
Master Adam. Your evening meal is ready for you.
Oh,
He's so adorable.
is it that time already?
The days are so long at this time of year. I just start losing track.
Oh, finished already? That's a shame. I was hoping to join in.
Oh,
Join
this
in?
scene was in base game.
By yourself? His Majesty has many pressing matters to attend to. Besides, I'm used to working alone.
A driver and blade are one in body and soul. That's their very nature. You're not at full strength without him.
It's not so simple as all that. I know I've yet to unlock the depths of your power.
Really? I feel like I've been giving it my all.
But you never stop growing. At any rate, Hayes' ability to restrict other blades is indispensable. It's perfect for training. We're lucky.
When she stops me using my foresight, it's certainly difficult.
Oh, but you honor me too much. I'm just happy to help you both in any way I can.
Next to each other like that, you really do look like twins, you two.
It's rare for the driver's nature to appear so strongly in their blade.
People tell me that from time to time, but is it really true?
Perhaps. But whatever the reason, I am happy if I look even a little like you, my lady.
We're even the same dress size.
Right?
They're so cute.
By the way, we want to try taking you on next, Jin.
Well, how about it, Jin?
I'm afraid I don't particularly like fighting.
And to think we're hearing that from the strongest man in Torna.
But perhaps there's truth in those words. After all, he, or rather, they...
My lord, my lady, we've discovered Malos's target. The capital.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, no doubt about it.
Well, shit.
Hi.
Malos?
He really just snuck up on him and was like, hi!
I never meant our parting would be forever, you know. I've just been to see the Torn Titan. I bet it'd be real interesting to see it in its true form.
Where did you learn that?
Learn? Inside my core, I have all the data of all blades and titans.
Oof.
You have all of it?
You sure do.
To call yourself the Master Blade?
Sure, why not? Sounds good. So, exciting, right?
He's so good at being the bad guy, though.
Tornin Prince.
And if I did, you'd erase me? Just like that?
Not at all. I have a much better idea than that.
He should have. It would have saved us a lot of hurt.
Target is Torna.
Why would you tell me so plainly?
So you know what to look forward to as you watch.
Well, shit.
I see. So this comes from the Quester. But he doesn't know what Malos is planning for Torna.
We should probably hurry.
Soon. We'll go once Hugo's back.
I'm not ready. Aw, yeah. When did she get tights? Has Mithra always had tights?
Is it over?
Has she... excuse me, do not touch my children. Do not touch my children. I swear to Bob. Oh. What the heck? Who are you? Why do you have like the coolest weapons? Ooh. Minnow?
Always slow to finish a job, my prince. I thought I told you to stop calling me that.
Oh.
blade?
He's Minnow, Questor of Malthus's blade.
Malthus's?
Oh.
Questors in Indol. And Malos Tribe.
How is this thing not dead? How is it still alive? Yes, get it, girl. Free me from this.
You've got an interesting way of fighting.
Yes, we do. He's so cool, though.
Laura, that's Jin. And she is Hayes.
Pleased to meet you.
I think it's because she gives me like Una vibes, but I'm kind of obsessed with Hayes.
17 years ago, wasn't he?
Enough. No more words to anyone.
Sounds like a good story is all I'm saying.
They are making beating this thing up look really cool.
Another time.
Yes, she said, let me get the finishing blow like a queen. The thing is so ugly, though.
That was close. Thanks, Minoth. You're very capable, even on your own.
Well, maybe I should thank him. Or not?
Your core looks kind of different.
Ah, well. I'm a flesh eater.
A flesh eater?
Oh.
A being with human and blade cells. Made possible with Judician technology. That's how I can use my full strength anywhere, without my driver. But I'm pretty sure I'm a failed experiment, so to speak.
Bridget's in the background like, I don't need my driver. And I don't need to be a flesh eater.
Flesh eaters.
What of Amalthus? Isn't he coming?
Nah. I just heard rumors that you guys had entered Torna. I used my own initiative.
Ah.
It's been 2 years since I saw him last.
Dang.
Huh?
I'm assuming that he means Amalthus. If that's true, then that's kind of bogus. If that's your blade. Oof. Is this that scene? No. What? Oh, it is.
I arrived too late.
Is that right? Was that their child? That soldier? Wasn't that the one from...
Such a cruel world we live in.
Huh.
In Indol, there are a great many paintings depicting all manner of hells. But I think real hell might be closer to something like this.
Oh my god.
Memphis. You can't.
I had hoped once
I just realized who that is.
that the architect might save us all.
I just realized who that is. Is that's Cole, right? Because doesn't Cole have the same scar? I'm reading chat now. Yeah. Christian says the same thing.
Since
I think
then,
that's
I haven't
that's
seen
old
him.
man Cole.
I heard he went climbing up the world.
Why did he? What? He was so hot. What the hell?
Revelations back with him.
You mean?
And he doesn't sound the same at all.
Malos.
But what kind of revelation is this?
Is he the same voice actor? He doesn't sound the same at all.
What kind of salvation?
He sounds so young.
Could anyone call this
to be fair.
salvation? His hope caused this. Or his despair.
Wow.
Despair?
How about you then? You're from the same stock?
Wow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
I'm just looking at
That's
his
not very
facts and
nice way
looking
of
up.
saying it.
That's basically it. I have no particular interest in this world or its future.
Spoken like a
And
true
Malice
teenager.
himself?
His thoughts, I'm especially uninterested in. We've never even met.
Please, don't mistake her. Despite the attitude, she's a good kid.
The hell is with that tone? Where do you get off acting all parental?
Oh, come on. I woke you up. I make sure you get enough to eat.
What?
Cloud sea crab sticks are tasty, aren't they? You're very welcome. Although I don't think I'd have managed to eat 6 myself.
What? You counted?
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
where you put all that.
Oh
I'm
my
the Aegis.
goodness.
I need all the fuel I can get.
Why is he so cute?
Hey!
You are too easy to sneak up on. Where are my extra rations?
You little...
The Aegis, bested by a little kid.
Milton! Get back here!
Oh my god, they're so cute.
You know.
So relaxing. Why has everybody got a sleeping bag except Jin? He's not evil yet. He deserves a sleeping bag. Why does he have to sleep up against the rocks? He's not on watch. It's not really
Very
a
good.
village.
We can stay here for the day.
Something wrong?
No, but this place is familiar somehow. It feels like it anyway.
Is it possible you've been here before?
I have no memory of it. But still,
Maybe you could just have a little walk around. Something might jog your memory.
yeah, maybe so.
Harper, welcome to the stream. Jin is my god. So funny. That must be so weird. To have like a whole past life that like is pretty like in front of you, but you have like no memory of it. It's crazy. Oh, I remember this. Crazy.
My, how terribly desolate. I heard it's been 90 years, but... What is it? Did you remember something?
No, it's nothing.
Liar.
Really? That's too bad. I would have liked to have learnt about the old you.
I am who I am. I do not change.
Oh?
Laura, you okay? What happened?
You got me right here. My heart's pounding.
Oh my god, what was that?
That was such an awesome line.
What?
Jin, you didn't even realize, did you? Sometimes Say something and I'll just swoon.
But
I don't think any girl could refuse you.
Oh my god.
Nuh-uh! You're smooth and you know it.
Laura, what do you...
Oh my gosh.
Good times. Smiling faces. It's her, right? Ornelia here.
Yes. Yes, I think it is.
Standing next to you, with such a goofy, blissful smile. It has to be, I'm sure of it.
Are you?
Hey, we should take a photo.
Really?
Of us together. I'm sorry. When did this become a group thing? Me and Jin?
Come now, Laura. We all drink from
This
the same
is so
well.
cute.
That's a wise saying, I think.
I
This
don't
is
think
so
that's
freaking
strictly
cute.
applicable here.
You can't have done this in secret anyway.
I've never done this before. Feels nice.
Your Majesty, if I may say, it's no time for levity.
No, you stop that.
Be open to new experiences.
So cute.
Oh, fuck. Who did we fall in with here?
Okay, ready for the photo? Everyone say Glarna!
Oh my gosh. So cute.
How long
Oh no.
have you been there? Hey! What are you doing in my bed?
Oh my god, she sleepwalks. I forgot about that.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Hey, quit it! This is where I sleep. It ain't your bed, lady. Oh, you're such a pain in everyone's bum. You know that. You simpleton.
Hey, wait a minute. Calm down. Ow!
Oh god.
Take it down.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Just do yourselves a favor. Don't get involved.
Probably better to sit this one out.
Perhaps that's...
Agreed.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just ask you tomorrow.
Yeah, probably the best idea. You guys are gonna witness the best stealth / running away gameplay you've ever seen.
We made it.
Boom.
Good
Look
stuff.
at that.
Doesn't seem
I
so
made it through the desert. Didn't even need to use medicine. Oh, we get to sit at a fancy table. A fancy long table.
Yes. He draws ever closer to the capital, leaving destruction in his wake. Our path here was littered with the wounds of his procession, my lord.
Oh, they get to sit in the back.
The Quester's report was true. Noble Hugo. At this time of grave peril, you have afforded us your trusty aid. Your due will be our eternal thanks.
I'm scarcely worthy of it, your majesty. As the Titans breathe, I merely followed Prince Adam against the peril we face. In truth, it is to him that your kind praise is due.
Well, shit.
Ah, the trust of the dread Ardanian throne. 'Tis a much valued gift to our young scion of Ileta. Mark it well. It gladdens me.
Your most noble honors pierce my unworthy heart, my lord.
Begging your pardon, Lord, would that honor were the only currency in this grave business. An armed band transgressed the sacred boundaries of the capital without regal assent. The act merits bitter punishment.
Suppose you that our soldiers can subdue Malos alone?
I don't...
He has got some hair.
The army of resistance fearlessly dashes to our nation's aid. They tremble
And a
not in the
stash.
face of the mightiest of foes. To punish them is unthinkable.
Yes, but...
Zeta, what does not bend only breaks. We must suffer to Adam his just bounty. I hereby enfeoff you as Lord of Heblin.
Oh,
This
no.
is too much for me, my lord. First, I must busy myself with the command of the resistance force. We can't allow Malos to take the seal. I'd be much obliged if you could grant permission for the resistance to move freely within your lands, lord.
As you wish. Brave soldiers of Torna, hear your king. Our country must make its own sacrifice to halt the terrible power of the Aegis.
Indol, too, pledges its flesh and blood to the cause. I humbly confess that it was my own lack of foresight which brought us to this pass.
He's not wrong. It is kind of all of his fault. All his fault. Everything is his fault. All of the blame is his fault.
Brother, my lord, what is your aim? Why give Heblin to Adam?
He has declined our offer. Perhaps our good wishes suffice.
Yet still he holds all the power. He makes allies of foreign lords without permission and gathers together a fighting force.
Zeta, my brother, hear me well. The sickened world rests heavy upon my crown. I fear too heavy for my mortal neck.
Majesty.
And this disorderly throne is more apt for one such as Adam.
Brother, you mean to set my birthright on the caitiff's shoulders?
Getting some crazy vibes? Just a little?
Hello, partner. This is a first.
Howdy, partner.
Malos.
So this is the Aegis.
I'm kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie.
He has an awesome presence. We would do well to proceed with caution.
Agreed. Your MO is different this time, Malos. What are you trying to do? If this is a joke, it's
What does
not
MO
fun.
stand for?
I got bored of it.
Bored?
Letting Siren have all the fun got old, I mean. I wanted to see the humans dance. A dance of death in the flames of hellfire.
Wow, he's more poetic in his younger years.
That. I know full well what the Tornin Titan truly is. I've decided I'm gonna lay that truth bare for everyone to see.
It's a weapon! Oh my god. I wasn't expecting him to say bastard.
Holds ether energy that would rival even the largest.
That's not very dad of you, Adam.
Imagine if a legion of them made
I don't...
it to the core of the Tornin
No,
Titan
I don't...
and unleashed
That's not where my imaginary animation goes. Doesn't go to mass destruction. Sorry.
short but sweet.
Oh, so romantic.
You want me to stop? Enough? Then try and make me. Come on! Come at me!
Why am I a 12-year-old?
Adam Origo, heir of Torna. Looks like that resonance isn't just for show. You're too kind. Golden eyes. I thought Tornins all had blue eyes. You're a bastard, is that it? My father is
Bruh.
jealous. He pays no attention to things like that.
You're wrong. You don't understand the consequences.
Don't I?
And you don't understand what humans are.
Malos, the all-knowing.
A diligent student, you could say.
Goddamn.
Then learn this. Huh? Mithra!
Heads up!
So cool. Oh no. Oh no.
Here goes!
I'm scared. It looks... This is so cool though.
Nice trick. Holds my interest, at least.
Surprised? This is what humans and blades can do together.
But you threw that away!
Yeah, Hayes.
I don't need
Hold him in his place.
Better off without it.
Freaking Malos. It's crazy to me that they end up having like a bromance. He was like, "Hey, future bestie."
Watch humans closely and you'll learn one thing. Deep down, they wish they were dead. They kill each other like they swat flies, running towards oblivion like blind rats. They see the divine flame of life and piss over it. They're genius at that. In a class all of their own, really.
Malos.
Oh, that flame is wasted on them. So I want to give them a little push in the right direction. As the benevolent servant of our wise dad should.
No. I don't want to fight.
Yourselves entertained.
No, thank you. I'm good. I don't want to fight him again. No, you seriously, you can take them with you. Malos, no. Bad Malos. Fuck this shit.
Adam.
Yes, I know.
Gramps!
Get on.
What's she called?
Him down.
Oh.
At once.
I just realized that Adam and Rex, don't they have the same eyes?
It's already mine.
Bruh.
The looks on your faces.
I hate him so much. He's such a good villain though. Bruh, no.
The end of the world is postponed a little, folks. If you want to take this off me, come find me in the Titan's core. That'll be the finale.
Is this a game to
Oh
you?
no.
Yeah, it's a game. An easy cure for the tedium of being. See you later, partner!
I hate that he keeps calling her partner. I don't know why. It's like, no, don't be like that with Mithra. You don't know her like that.
It's been 80 years, hasn't it, Jin?
You know me?
You and Ornelia used to ride on my back. We used to have a lark flying about.
I don't know why, but that makes me want to cry.
And I suppose she's your driver now?
My name's Laura. I've been with Jin for 17 years already.
I never
You were fortunate to be picked up by her, Jin.
Uncle, we're just in the way here. Perhaps we should leave it to the soldiers and just go.
Yes, let's do that. Shall we head for the Tornan womb?
Yes, I'd say we're bound to.
The Tornan womb?
Perhaps I should go first.
Please, go ahead. We will join you once we've made a report to the king.
They could not halt Malos, nor even safeguard the seal from his clutches.
I just want to flick it.
I
just want to flick the gem.
Majesty, this is a deep dishonor. I beseech you to lay them low, that the people may have faith in government. Majesty!
Brother, your advice is wise.
Oh no.
Your Majesty.
Please, wait a moment. Adam only sought to protect your realm.
Silence! Is your voice more important than the king's?
But what of you, Zeta?
What of me?
Yeah.
Look first to yourself, I bid you.
Yeah, bitch.
What do you mean?
What the fuck did you do?
Surely Adam sailed the ship into a rocky reef. But if he were the bow, you were the stern.
Your Majesty, those are bitter words. It was Adam's vanguard that let slip Malos.
Would our army have succeeded with certainty, brother?
Mm.
In the hour of need, where were they?
Yeah,
We
brother.
set the defense of the people as our highest goal, Your Majesty. Our soldiers guided the townsfolk to safety.
Mm-hmm.
While Adam's militia flew, though rashly, into the breach, and the brave dragoons of noble Hugo wagered their lives as mere trifles for our nation's sake.
But I...
It unfolded thus. If honor took its natural course, the sons of Torna should have stood their ground.
You tell him, Kingy.
Mark their honor above their frailty. You saw the battle with your own eyes, did you not, my brother?
I did.
And how did you think it?
Words can scarcely describe it. It was unlike any mere human struggle. I fear I could not report it justly.
Indeed, brother.
Hmm?
It was a fight beyond our ken. I, too, saw it with my own eyes. Our Tornan crafts of war would have been doubly doomed against Malos.
That's...
Is it not folly to assume that our army could do what Adam's could not?
Your Majesty.
Noble Hugo, my brother forgets grace and gratitude. Our nation hangs over doom like a ripened fruit. You and yours are our final ray of hope. Will you offer us aid again, to avenge ourselves on the Aegis?
Yeah, after your brother stupidly insulted us.
Came with that
Sure.
very intention, Your Majesty.
We'll risk our lives. It's fine.
Yes. Majesty, if it must be so, I will expend my life for the future of the land of my forefathers.
While we're here, your name is Laura, is it not?
Me? Yes.
Your work impressed me deeply.
No,
Yet you are no knight, bear no peerage.
Yes. I'm from a settlement in the distant borderlands. I serve with a mercenary band.
I knew you for a warrior. Good Laura, I would like to recognize your valiant labors. The title of Knight of the Realm, it is yours, if you would accept it.
Me? A knight?
Laura, my congratulations.
She deserves
I
it.
can hardly believe it. Me?
Come now. A title is a mere decoration. Surely you learned that from me.
I hope it will raise your spirits a little, Laura.
Humble Laura, I have a request I must make of you. This day, the people of our nation shiver in the darkest of shadows cast by mighty Malos. But I bid that you seed a flower of hope in this shadow-mired land.
I hope that I can. Your Majesty, I'll do my best.
Well spoken, brave Laura. We shall anoint thee as Lady Laura tomorrow in the plaza before the palace.
Oh God. What did I just walk into? What?
Incredible place.
Yeah.
It's the matrix of our Titan.
Uh-huh.
What does...
When the time comes, this is where blades come to be reborn as Titans.
It's the circle
You mean we'll all become Titans someday?
Yes, you
It's nice to be here again. After 800 years.
Damn.
Were you born here too, Azurda?
After
Gramps
all,
is
I was a
old.
blade born from the Torna Titan.
Oh.
Of course. I don't have any memories of that time.
I want to know what kind of blade he was.
Once a blade becomes a Titan, they can live without being bound to the driver who awoke them. One day, they may come to watch over their children as the very ground beneath their feet.
And the fleeting bonds become eternal. It's the basis of the Tornan Creed.
Eternal bonds.
So, what now?
Malice said he was going to wait.
But can we really believe him?
I don't think he lied.
Why so?
He was enjoying himself. That's why. I'd say he's having way too much fun to stop right now.
He said that humans long for death.
And that he was happy to oblige.
Benevolent servant.
Fancy. Look at that metal sparkle.
So, I'm officially a Tornan driver now. Okay, let's make some memories.
No, I'm fine emotionally.
Adam's star is rising. It seems that the people love him.
And naught but the fruit of the king's whimsy and an obscure woman.
Ah.
Yet if only he were not the driver of the Aegis.
You'd each have your just share of dignity.
It's karma, I'm sorry. Preemptive karma? So, somebody said earlier that Malos and
Questor, is it really true?
I'll talk later.
Certainly, I did give life to Malos, but when he acts, it's divine will.
The destruction of the world is the will of the divine.
Indeed it is. Malos is the instrument of destruction. Making the architect's will imminent takes many able hands.
It may be this is exactly what they wanted. Become Titans. Have a longer life with humans. Huh?
Oh, nothing. I was just remembering the previous time you said that.
I did?
My reply was, how about you? And what do you think you said?
I don't wish for forever. All I want is my life with her. That's plenty.
Ah. Spoken like a true blade. No one can begrudge you that.
I wonder how it was for you.
Well, honestly, I suppose I may well have been just like you, Jean. Still?
Still?
Being like this isn't so bad either. After some years, or centuries, you find yourself ready for new relationships. I came to realize that.
New relationships.
Malos is heading for Torna's core. In the original configuration, the core is in the Titan's thorax.
But the Titan hasn't shown signs of transforming yet.
You think the Aegis is taking a nap or something?
That would
I
be
feel like that was a
fortunate for us.
personal attack.
That mountain ridge makes up the upper body. That's where the core should appear. It will take some time before the troops are organized. Let us go on ahead. We depart in the morning.
So nervous.
This sucks. House sitting in the capital. I want to go with you.
Oh God.
Here we go. Way lame.
The battle ahead is unlike any we've known before. Please remember that.
Jin, can't you tell them? I swear we won't get in the way.
No. In this battle, you'd be a distraction.
Ugh.
Why do I feel like crying?
Milton, you'll be a great help to Adam if you stay in the capital.
Come on. Don't you get it? You're not hearing them. Okay? You'd be no help on the battlefield. In fact,
Oh my God.
protecting you from Malos would take all my energy. But hey, I mean, if you stay here and keep Mikhail out of trouble, we'll be able to fight the way we should. That's what they're saying.
I don't need looking after.
See?
You understand, don't you?
Me when I want
What you
chicken
need to do
nuggets.
to help Adam.
And my husband's like, you just had chicken nuggets.
Make me a promise. that you'll kill Malos and bring Adam back no matter what.
Yeah, I promise.
You shouldn't promise children things!
Then we each know what we have to do.
Why'd that hurt right here? Why'd that hurt me? I don't like this. I don't like this game.
Surprisingly diligent.
You need some help?
Nah, just killing time.
If you want to talk, I'm not sure I'm your guy.
Keeping a journal, huh? Bridget's into it too. Is that like a thing now?
Who knows? I am what I am, and so is she.
You know, when your driver dies, you'll return to your core. It feels kind of futile.
There's nothing strange about wanting to know who you used to be once you reawaken.
You can't be sure you'll even find it though, right?
Even so, nothing's for certain, but it's some hope at least. That's a Blade's lot.
But what's the point?
To keep the bond with your driver alive.
The bond?
I guess that's a little difficult for you to understand.
Hey, don't be mean. You make it sound like I have no heart. What?
What I meant was, the true connection that's meant for you, I don't think you'll find it here.
But Adam's my driver.
Sure, he is. But I feel it's not the same somehow.
Huh?
That's really rude to just
Infinity lies in the future, not
think.
in the time we're in now. I just feel that in my bones. Call it Blade's intuition.
Sounds kind of vague.
To change the subject, thanks for before.
For what?
I didn't expect it.
You were both so hopeless with the kids. So hopeless I couldn't just watch.
I'll consider myself told.
that was a really cute, like, unexpected moment between them. Why do they look so cool, but like, anytime I see them, I also just want to like slap them in the face. Like, that's what you go for being stupid? No, 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 no. If I close my eyes, it's not happening, right? I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I think it's over. Oof. Oh my goodness. Why is that so relatable though? Like, how dare you wake me up from my nap? The audacity. Also, I think this is like the prettiest Titan out of all of them.
That's
The Torna Titan's true form.
Bum, bum, bum.
Is Malos there?
You guys,
There's no
do you
time.
realize what I
Keep
see
moving.
when I look at that? I'm not gonna say nothing.
You got here fast. I thought you'd jump ship with the rest of the rats.
Tornans are braver than you think, Malos. Nobody here is scared of you.
You tell him, girl. No.
Look. Yes, I can see it.
"10 minutes to go. 10 minutes before my gargoyles overrun the core entirely. If you can take me down, that means you win. If you can't, well, end of story.
Aren't you smart?
We were born into this stinking world. Might as well have some fun. Life or death. Not much of a choice.
Let's go, partner.
You gotta choose.
Fucking hate that.
Partner.
Partner. I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. Oh my god. That is so fucking dope. Oh my god, are they gonna battle in the back? Oh, okay. Yo, get this stuff. You can beat him with the power of friendship.
Adam, the gargoyles.
I see them, but
Yeah, it truly was nice of him to just sit there. Oh, she kicked him in the face!
Smash your toys.
We love a sassy girl.
You know, preparation is everything, Malos.
I love this song. Every time it plays, my heart just fills with happiness.
That's my partner. Shame you only have one. It won't be enough.
You hit them in the clouds?
Preparation is everything. Like you said, partner.
Every time he says that, I just want to slap him. No! Ophion!
Ophion!
Hold firm. He's coming.
you got something to say?
Oh my god.
I've told you before. The humans built the bonfire. All I did was help them light it.
Enough sophistry.
Oh yeah? Are you a blade or not? You know it as well as I do. What humans are really like. You think they're all like your precious driver?
Oh my god.
Oh, you summoned Siren. Then let me add to the mix too.
Jesus. Stop, he's already dead.
Good to know. But I know you've got more.
No, no. No, no. 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 I have PTSD from the song. I'm not ready. I already feel like I'm gonna start crying. No.
Can't do it. I can bring it out of you.
Why does he have to be such a meanie bobini?
The town. This can't be real.
Milton!
Not Milton. Oh no.
What is that? Show me what you got, Mithra. Do it! Make me proud!
Poor Mithra, she looks so like dead inside.
Wait! Mithra! You can't!
What is happening?
This is a battle between the Aegises.
Who is chopping onions? Can y'all stop?
Burn it all! What the? Mithra! That's it! Perfect! That's the power that our father gave us! It's what the world has cried for since its birth! Me, you, we're here to give them what they want!
You're wrong. I don't.
Really? Then I'll just have to claim all
Oh. I'm uncomfortable.
Our nation, our people.
My brother, we must flee before we lose the ground beneath our feet. Did you heed me, brother? Brother! My brother!
That's like a lot of guts to just like stay with your dying country, Titan.
I commend my people to you.
Oh. That's not okay. That's not okay.
Jin? Hayes? Where? Adam? Everyone?
No, no, no. No, 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 no. That's not cool. No. That's so fucking wrong. Oh. Oh no. It's just one more sad thing after another. No way.
No.
They're so alone now. Oh no.
What is that?
Caught up with you at last, Laura.
How do you know my name?
It knows human speech.
But it's not a blade.
Oh, that's gonna give me nightmares.
What happened to you?
It hurt. Oh, the pain. It hurt when you cut my bloody arm off. Hmm? Is this my arm? Hey, I have an arm! It still hurts, though. It throbs and it throbs and it just doesn't stop.
I can't make sense of this.
He's lost his mind.
I don't think so. He seems ecstatic.
I'll use your blood as a balm for my wounds. How about it? Sound fair? Yeah! I'll start with you. You torn blade. I'm paying you back for cutting my arms off, you dog!
See, this is why we kill people. This is why we don't hesitate and we kill people.
Some interest too. I'll take your ears and nose as well.
None of that power, friendship, redemption shit. You just this is the real reason that Chin just starts stabbing everybody. Because this is the one stab he regrets not making.
Meddling that did this to me after all. It was you and your bitch mother. I knew I should have gotten myself a decent woman. It's your bastard fault. Think you're gonna die quick? I'm gonna enjoy watching you suffer.
I will not let you insult my mother like that.
Hurts to hear the truth, don't it?
You think you can pass judgment on my mother? You don't know us!
Leave it, Laura. Trying to talk to him was a waste of time.
He's right. No more mercy. This creature is beyond help.
Hayes got the right idea.
Hayes. You're right. I won't waste my mercy on him. But I will end his pain.
Excellent. I'll have me some primetime entertainment.
Do I get to fight him?
Hope you're a screamer, Laura.
Dude's a fucking creep. Ew. Yes, Laura, you slay that childhood drama. Fuck that dude.
I still want it. I still wanted to play.
Dude.
Shameless. To the very end. You can rest easy now, Mother.
That's sad.
Somebody turned Gort into that horrible thing.
Did they mean to kill us?
I don't know. But Malos dying won't necessarily be enough to bring peace to the world. That
You think he's dead?
As long as there are people.
There'll always be strife, I suppose.
Don't say that. Things can change. There's always hope. Don't you think, Jin?
Yes, you're right. As long as blades and humans are bonded to each other.
Surely, someday.
I am sad. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Smug bastard. I don't know why that made me really emotional.
In the course of a lifetime, a man will see uncountable meetings and partings. Yet, as your life's candle sputters and dies, whose face is it that rises to greet you? Happy is the man who can sleep in the comfort of the smile he sees then. No, I don't wish for forever. Even just for one moment. It's enough if it's with her. And yet, what is the man to do who has not been afforded that chance? The road stretches on without end. I cannot but walk down it. As long as I keep walking, I can hold out hope that one day the time may come when I see her smile again. That hope keeps me afloat.
You won't come back.
This is the road I must walk. Our paths won't cross. But should we, in fact, ever meet again, on that day,
since that day you came into my head, our story began. So don't be scared to reach out for someone. I know you will be fine. Just go on.
Damn it, I'm not a crier! That was so sad. Oh.